Everyone, Shawn Smith here with Dedicated Commercial Recovery in Roseville, Minnesota. I'm the founder and CEO. Doing a vlog today on celebrating all of our $1 Million Club Award winners from 2020. These are all the collectors with Dedicated who collected over $1 million in the calendar year of 2020. And I thought it'd be fun to ask them some questions, let you get to know them a little bit and understand who's on the team here at Dedicated, who's driving the engine. And I just thank you as always for tuning in, so I hope you enjoy.
Okay, so first question is, what does it mean to you to be a part of the $1 Million Club?
I think just the first thing that comes to mind, with no pun intended, is just dedication. To get to that kind of number, you just kind of got to be committed to doing the job, They say that, people with talent, don't always get to the top. It's the people that are, the most committed. So I think that's just a big part of what we do here is that you'll see a lot of people that are committed to what we do.
To me, it means a part of the success here at Dedicated, accomplishing personal goals, and just finding a way to communicate with people in a way that is appropriate and successful at the same time.
How has Dedicated helped you reach 1 million plus in collections this year?
Couple of things. I looked at some of the other questions too, but basically, top down, Shawn and Mike just busting sales, bringing in paper, which I've got nothing to do all day. I started at a really fortunate time. We had a bunch of stuff coming in and they let me build up my post dates pretty quickly. Made all the difference in the world when you're starting at $100,000 for a month and you'd spend all month adding to that. Carrie, Joe, and Justin being just great coaches. Again, like I said, never done this before, so I didn't know what I was doing, and being able to be around them, and even Aubin and Amber and Kelly and Brandon, picking in different little pieces from what they're doing and seeing where they had success and trying to replicate that.
What about your style of collections helped you reach 1 million?
I'm consistent, I'm competitive. Having the gift of gab, a little bit can help with that, but just not cutting corners and being consistent, I think, lends itself well to this industry.
So my style of collections is very, understanding. I do have an urgent side to me. The conversations are, they're serious conversations. I want to know what is happening in their lives, and I want to know the details of their financial situation so I can come up with the best possible plan for them.
What do you love most about your job that led you to hitting over 1 million in collections?
The competition here at Dedicated, because it is fierce. You have, for example, a couple people that have come in that have only been here for a year that are putting up, 200s. That says a lot about management, and especially the majority of the people that I'm speaking about have never, ever collected a dime in their life before. Coming from a bartending job, coming from retail, and then, being in the top third of collectors and also being in this club too.
What do you love most about your job that led you to hitting over 1 million this year?
I think it's connecting with people. As I said, new to collecting. I've only ever been on the other side of collections, and dealing with those people was not particularly fun. So I think having the empathy, willing to hear somebody's story, willing to get the background that lets them feel comfortable to really talk with me so that we can set up something that's workable, so that we can find a way to get both our client happy by being able to get paid while still working with them, especially with COVID and the different hardships that we've had the tornadoes and we've had hurricanes and we've had ice storms. So it seems like there's always something, but just really listening to those hardships, really taking the time to connect with people.
How did you hit over 1 million in collections even while COVID is happening?
Looking back, it seemed really impossible. but coming up with creative ways to, get around people that can't pay anything right now, but they have something coming. So just kind of working out, what's going to be manageable for them, and really listening to what the owners and the merchants needed, and being able to, kind of just give a little. And then they came back, and they really, they recognize that you're the person that was willing to give them this little payment while they got through the hard times. And you're the first person that they call afterwards, because they're just so happy that you worked with them. So it really does make a huge difference.
What was 2020 like for you in collections? I know it was a crazy year, but what was it like for you personally?
In collections, I had to leave home my fears. And then when we moved home, I had to hear all their fears. I had to have them trust me. They were scared. They didn't know, it's a big thing. But yeah, it was just a hard year.
What was 2020 like for you in collections?
Oh, well, 2020 in general was a year, I've never experienced, and hopefully never will experience again. As far as collections go, it was my best year that I've had. So it just goes to show you that collections, whether the economy is going good or maybe it's turning, there's always a need for it. So in some ways we're kind of, looks like pandemic proof to a point, recession proof.
Who or what motivated you the most to hit over 1 million in collections this year, to be able to hit that number?
I think my coworkers. The culture that we have here is competitive, but it is also exceptionally supportive. It is, when you work next to somebody that you want to watch them succeed, and you listen to them and they help you succeed, and, being able to bounce things off, I think it's, the team, and then the culture here in general, and that goes all the way up to, management and, the owner of the company. Like, it's everybody having the kind of encouragement and creating the kind of culture that makes it a really, really great place to work.
Who or what motivated you the most to hit over 1 million in collections?
The leaders in the company, definitely, but also, just to always strive to be better than you are the month before, the day before. Be a better person, be a better collector. How can I listen and be more understanding today? And what skills can I improve on to be better tomorrow?
What has been some of the best advice you have received in your career, whether it's here or elsewhere?
It was here, and I used to come to work stressed about life at home, and then coming here and having to deal with everything. And Shawn told me, leave everything at the bridge, put it in God's hands, and then just come and focus on work. And I do. Every day.
What has been some of the best advice you have received in your career?
Apply it dedicated. Really, it is. I got kind of pushed into it a little bit. My mother-in-law and father-in-law, to a lesser degree, know Shawn, and knew Shawn was looking to hire back around this time last year, expand, and I was very resistant because I've been bartending for so long that I was kind of comfortable doing it. And wow, the sheer difference in our financial stability at home. We had our second son this year in the middle of the pandemic, so we had health insurance, which we wouldn't have had because my wife lost her job where we'd had it. Just best overall career in my life. That's probably the best advice I've gotten.
What kind of numbers do you see yourself hitting in 2021?
The goal is 2.0.
This year, sky's the limit.
Definitely multi-million-dollar club. I wouldn't be surprised if this year I personally could, collect 4, 5, 6 million.
Describe what working at Dedicated is like.
It's a great culture, great atmosphere, a lot of great people that we work with. It's a very rare culture, especially in the collection field. At Dedicated, the atmosphere and the culture is actually to give back. and it sounds crazy in an industry where we're taking or collecting, but I wholeheartedly agree with it. I think that you get back what you give in this world, and I think the ownership and the management team understands that, and that's what makes a huge difference and what makes us unique and truly special.
Describe what it's like working at Dedicated.
Oh, it's comfortable. It's actually really cool too. You have, a lot of people that are around me that haven't been in the business as long as I have, but have a skill set, that I don't as well. So it helps me learn, and it's a good thing for me because, I think if the majority of these people weren't here, I may not be in this club. It's just, from that listening aspect, being able to take what they said and put it into, how Aubin says things.
Describe what working at Dedicated is like, whether you want to describe that with 3 words or in 3 words or anything. Just describe what working at Dedicated is like for you.
Fun, blessed, and wonderful.
Wow. How many jobs are like that?
Not many. Only this one.
Again, I just want to say thank you for tuning in, and thank you to everyone who received the $1 Million Club Award. Really, our team is phenomenal, all the support players, but that's just an extra special award because that's something that you strive for all year. So a special shout out to them, and just appreciate each and every one of them as I do with our entire team. And thank you all for tuning in, for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing this. We truly appreciate your interaction. If there's anything you'd like to see us cover, please put it down in the comments. We love ideas. So thank you as always, and God bless.
For some, it's an achievement. For some, it's a lifestyle. So.
Oh, there we go.